Hello, ecologists, and welcome to Population Community Ecology. I'm your instructor, Dr. Jennifer Eisen, and I've had many of you in previous classes, so I can't wait to have you again in this class, and I can't wait to meet the new faces this semester. So I first want to, this video is just to introduce myself a little bit and a very brief introduction to the course, and then just ask you to introduce yourselves via a survey before the first day of class. Okay, so as I mentioned, my name is Dr. Eisen. I'm a plant ecologist, which means I study how plants interact with their environment. Specifically, I study how native plants interact with their environment, and I often study how these native plants reproduce. And this is especially important in populations where native plants, where the population used to be big and vast, and now because of fragmentation, it's a small isolated population. So we look at something like this is Echinacea angustifolia or purple coneflower. It used to be a big, vast prairie, but now it's really in these small, isolated populations. So a little bit more about my background. I grew up. I say that I've lived on every single Great Lake. So I lived in a state or province that's touched every single Great Lake. I grew up in Illinois. I went to college at the College of Worcester, another small liberal arts school in Minnesota. I did my graduate research in Chicago and did my postdoctoral research in Toronto. So we're hitting many of the Great Lakes at this point. And then I also lived in Indiana and Ohio before ending up at the College of Worcester. I also have a son, Zachary, here, is just as who is super curious about the natural world. He just turned 5. You might see him in the background of some of my lectures this upcoming semester. And so when we think about this course, I just want to introduce this idea of ecology. So ecology is really the study of organisms and how they interact with the natural, the abiotic and biotic world. And when we're thinking about ecology, we're really focusing at this organism up to the ecosphere level in here. So I encourage you to take a closer look at at this slide here and think about this is where we're going to be focusing on this semester. Now, to get started this semester, we're going to start by thinking about biomes. So a biome is just a major is a biome is like a major characterization of a natural area. So something like a rainforest, a savanna, a desert. All of these are different biomes. On the first day of class, you will be working in groups and actually looking at different biomes. But to prepare for the first day of class, I want you to think about what your favorite biome is. So look at this slide, think about the different biomes, and I'll start. I'll tell you what my favorite biome is. So kind of every semester I pick. So this year, the my favorite biome that I picked is the desert. So the fact that I change my biome every year gives you an indication that I really kind of like them all. But I chose the desert just because the landscape is so severe and harsh, but also just so amazingly beautiful. And I'm just really missing going out and seeing all of these amazing biomes with all the travel restrictions that we have on right now. But this was a picture I took in summer 2019. I got to go out to the Arizona desert, and it's just such a beautiful landscape. The other reason I really, really love the desert is because it has something that I like to call charismatic megaflora. So you might have heard the term charismatic megafauna. Here we're thinking about plants that are just incredibly charismatic. So the saguaro, there's no way you can't see a big, huge saguaro cactus and think, man, that kind of looks like a person. And it has a lot of personality, the plants out in the desert. Plus, the plants out in the desert bite, so that's kind of cool. I mean, they don't really bite, but they are pretty pokey. All right, so for the first day of class, I'm going to ask you to pick your favorite biome and be prepared to share that with your peers. So what to do to get ready for the first day of class? There's two things that I would like. There's only two things to get ready for the first day of class. First of all, I would like you to fill out a survey, a getting to know you survey. And this survey is just so I get to know you better as a person and a learner. And if you could fill this out by midnight on Tuesday, that will give me some time on Wednesday to look them over before we have our first meeting on Thursday. And on Thursday, we will be meeting on Teams. There is an population ecology Teams. So please be ready on Teams at 9:45 Eastern Time to engage with the class. And so I will be asking you to participate. So to turn on your cameras, you are welcome and encouraged to use backgrounds if you would like, and to speak with your classmates. So I will see you then, and I can't wait for a wonderful semester. Thank you. Bye.